Just one look at you.
All right, Miss Molly.
All right, we're going to start out with Tom Moore.
A lovely day.
Hey, Doc, I thought in the fourth quarter your team really did a much better job stopping dribble penetration and going over screens to prevent open threes. And those that hurt you earlier in the game and were two of the reasons you held them to 17 points in the period.
Yeah, I love that fourth quarter. I actually love the third quarter, the second half of the third quarter, because we were searching a little bit. And I thought the game was that way the whole game. We got out to a great start. They caught up. They took the lead. But I thought the end of the third was big because the second unit was on the floor, closed the gap, tied the game. And then I thought the starters came in defensively. We ran them off the three. We pushed them inside the three-point lane, but we didn't give them easy too. So a lot of deflections. I thought we got our hands on the ball. It was a really hard play game by both teams.
Thank you.
Next, we're going to go to Kai.
Hey, Coach. Can you just kind of talk about Joel? It just seems like he has like a different mean streak this year when it comes to just demanding the ball, taking over. What are you seeing out of him?
What you see, same thing. I love how he played tonight because he kind of let it come to him with 40. That's hard to do. But every time they double teamed, he made the pass. Every time they didn't, he attacked. I don't know. I thought early on they wanted to double team. We got those 2 threes off of his passes. They got out of it. He started scoring. They double team again. We get another 3. I thought that kind of balance from your team is good. And I love that he's trusting that.
Thanks, Coach.
Next, Paul Hudrick.
Hey, Doc. And in that vein, when it seemed like Joel was kind of slowing down a little bit, Tobias really picked up this last fourth quarter scoring-wise. How big was that for him to kind of sense that moment?
Yeah, he was huge. I thought he was huge early in the game, too. He got off to a quick start. I don't think he got but one shot in the third quarter, and so we got to do better there. And everyone does. They have to recognize when you got a guy going. I thought the biggest play offensively of the game, other than Joel's points, was Tobias post-up down low. The post-up with Joel being the passer, which puts teams in a tough spot. So, he was good. I thought Ben was unbelievable. Defensively, first of all, Garden, we put him on Kimba tonight. We put him on Jaylen Brown tonight. We put him on Marcus Smart tonight. It's amazing what he can do for us. And tonight was a great example of that.
And just to follow up with Ben, it was him playing with 5 fouls and to kind of make those plays at the end. How impressive was that?
It was huge. It was a tough call, like when to put him back in. Usually that's not a hard call, but when you're putting them on Jaylen Brown and Kimba, it's very difficult to not pick up a foul and stay aggressive, and he was able to do that.
Thanks.
Over to Keith.
Hey, Doc, you started off singing before you addressed the media. Is that because this was a pleasing victory for you?
No, it was because I was just watching a performance by Demi Lovato singing A Lovely Day to Joe Biden. And so my granddaughter loves that song, so it's stuck in my head.
Oh, I thought they had you singing.
No, not yet. Too early to sing out the games.
So let me ask you this, Doc. Like, when you look at the Celtics, right? Last time the Sixers played the Celtics in the playoffs, it led to them making roster moves, coaching hires, and new front office people. When you look at this game, I know that you didn't have Seth, and I know they didn't have Jason Tatum, but what does this say about your team, the way they performed for you today?
It says a lot. Listen, Boston's a top-tier team, and, they're extremely well coached. They play together. They're a bunch of bulldogs, and that's what they were trying to do out there, and our guys didn't back up. I don't know in the past, but tonight there were 2 bulldogs going at each other, and that's what we have to be as well.
All right, thanks, Doc.
All right, next we're going to go to Tim, and Ben Simmons is available on the locker room link.
I would rather talk to Ben, guys.
You talked, at least either during training camp or in the early part of the season, about you don't really know what it's like to coach guys until you have them on your team. And I was curious, after you've been around Joel now for a month or so, what has surprised you the most about him, and Are you surprised at all with the level that he's been able to play out so far this year?
I'm not surprised with the level. I'm just surprised. I don't know if I'm surprised is the right word. He's just more talented, Tim, than even I knew. I knew he was extremely talented, but he has so many more gifts, off the dribble. He can pick his spots. One of his weak points, I guess, was post passing, and he's been phenomenal in that this year. He's tough to guard. I guess the other thing, I knew he was big, but I don't think you know how big guys are until you're in the locker room with him. He's a big man, and he's playing that way.
Last one, Austin.
Hey Doc, so tonight was your first night on this side of the Celtics-Sixers rivalry.
Yeah.
Did you feel like, they had that, they fought back to get back into this game and win on the stretch. Did you feel like you learned something new about your players tonight?
Yeah, we had to have some mental toughness down the stretch. But if you look, Austin, at some of our games, we've won 2 or 3 games already that way this year. And that tells you that this team has an ability to dig deep, even when things aren't going well for them. It's interesting. I thought about that walking off. I said, I'm so used to being on the Boston side in the Boston-Philly. What's funny is they're intense both ways. When I was there and now when I'm here, the intensity is the same. So I thought that was pretty cool. All right, guys, have a lovely day. Take care.
Thanks, Coach.